I'd love to welcome Brendan Millner. He's the CIO from EllisDon. As I mentioned, we signed a 3-year strategic partnership with them in 2024. And I would love for Brendan. Thank you for being here, and thanks for sharing a few words.
No, you're welcome. Thanks, Calvin and Sam. It's good to see you guys. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So I've when Crewscope originally came to us, it came through one of our project teams up in the Edmonton area. And the VP, the guy that was running the sites, was sort of had the vision to grow our self-perform business. So EllisDon is, for those that don't know, is a large general contractor here in Canada. We do a myriad of different types of construction pieces, everything from industrial to commercial to residential to buildings and civil jobs. And we have several businesses up in Edmonton, and we were looking to build out our self-perform business in terms of productivity. So Richard was very frustrated between the gap between like the office workers and the site teams, and he wanted to connect sort of directly with the people. So unbeknownst to me, he came and he did a big pilot with Crewscope on a project up there called the Capital Line LRT. And it was a massive success. Like, from the people that are aware, and Calvin touched on it, productivity, our labor savings was in a region of about 8%, which we couldn't believe how high that was. And to the trickle down effect of margins, construction, for those of you that are in the industry, know that our margins are very small. Despite you see these massive construction gigs, the margins for the builders are pretty small. So looking at something like Crewscope was incredible. But what really turned it for me personally, there were two things. One is the hard ROI, like the return on investment from just using Crewscope really brought my attention to me. And then once I got to meet with Calvin, and I met with obviously the area managers and asked their opinions, was really how it really aligns with EllisDon's core values. And what that really means is we have a very entrepreneurially driven value thesis, where we empower our teams to try their best. And just by using Crewscope, some of the feedback that we got from the digital and from the technology sector was, before they had Crewscope, the attitude of the crews were really like, whatever happens is fine. We've been doing this for years, we'll be okay. But after using Crewscope, it was more around, people started thinking about more around the production and taking more initiative, which is really the value of EllisDon, is driving that entrepreneurial spirit. Instead of just being told what to do, they started looking and focusing around productivity, which really trickled down to the 8% labor savings. And that was just on a pilot. So some of the stuff that really attracted us, we ran some more projects with Crewscope on different sectors, and as Calvin mentioned, we're so excited about it that we ended up doing a 3-year strategic deal. And really our goal is to transform the future of the construction on our self-perform teams. I come from a loyalty and payments background, and I don't actually come from a construction background, but when I saw Crewscope, I straight away thought this could be, nobody else is doing this in the way that Crewscope is doing it. There are some companies that are competitors, obviously, but in the way Crewscope handles and the ease which they can onboard people is incredible. We know as leaders in technology, the hardest part is getting people to use your technology and getting them to sign on, and the pains of integration. Crewscope, in my opinion, and that's why we did sign a 3-year strategic deal with them, have kind of nailed that. Keeping it simple, keeping it easy to use, and just making those incremental changes that we've asked for has really driven a lot of ROI for us. So yeah, can't speak more highly about the team, and good bunch of folk.
Thanks so much, Brendan.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate your partnership and all of your support. It's been incredible, the work that we're doing here together.
Likewise.
Next.